Here's another tale for you while we're around the campfire. The realm, as you no doubt suspect, is stained with the nightmares of ancient battles and wars, dark memories etched deep into its earth and stone, leaving its mark over ancestral generations. And so it was that not long ago, I heard of a party of seasoned adventurers gathering from all across the realm. These adventurers were veterans of a war long past, their armour still worn proudly, their spirits remaining unyielding despite many hard years attempting to find purpose after the war. Each of them found themselves drawn at the same time to the outskirts of the notorious Ironspire castle. The haunted whispers of the wind carried memories of a gruesome battle fought in the name of conflicting ideals, the veterans beginning to remember more of what they had long forgotten at this dark pocket of the realm. The party consisted of Valdemar the Awoken, a grizzled paladin who had once been a stalwart leader in the army of a now deposed king, Shweva, a rogue with a mysterious past and agile moves that belied her years, Kravrath Runehide, a dwarf cleric whose faith in the divine had seen him through the darkest of times, and Seraphina Moonshadow, an elven wizard whose knowledge of ancient lore was as vast as her magical prowess. They embraced and shared tales as they arrived at the imposing silhouette of Ironspire Castle, but the air thickening with an unsettling aura. Shadows danced on the partially ruined walls, and the moonlight began to play tricks on their senses. None of them knew why they had felt drawn here all at once. The path leading up to the castle was lined with spectral figures, their forms hazy and indistinct. It was a chilling sight, for it was not long before the party recognised that these were the animated corpses of soldiers long gone. Soldiers who had fallen, perhaps, at the hands of the very adventurers now approaching. The ghostly figures, clad in tattered armour and wielding ethereal weapons, emerged from the mist billowing around the castle, their hollow eyes fixed upon the party, accusing and vengeful. The air grew heavy with the weight of the past as their leader, a once noble knight the party recalled as Sir Aemon, stepped forward.
"Mortals, halt!"
Sir Aemon's voice echoed with a spectral resonance, a haunting melody of bitterness.
"You who fought on this land, you who raised steel and arcana under the command of the corrupt, you who slew our young in the name of a cause tainted by deceit, hear our lament. This night, our souls seek revenge for injustice dealt in the name of your false ideals."
The party at this point exchanged uneasy glances, memories of the war flooding back. They had believed in the righteousness of their cause, but faced now the consequences of a conflict that had left ravaging scars on the land and the souls who tread it all those years ago. The cause for which the party had battled. Back then it had seemed inevitable. Now, after years in the wilderness, after years of experience and reflection, could the same still be said? Valdemar, with a heavy heart, stepped forward, his voice tinged with regret. "Sir Aemon, we were but soldiers following orders, as were you. The fog of war blinded us all, but we can find a way to set things right, to bring peace to your restless souls." The ghostly figures hesitated, torn between the desire for vengeance and the yearning for release. Shweva stepped forward, her eyes meeting those of the spectral figures, who by now were grimacing with long fomented aggression. "We cannot change the past," she said as softly as she could. "But what we can do is shape the future. Let us work together to break the chains that bind your spirits to this realm." A tense silence enveloped the castle grounds, broken only by the wind's mournful whispers. Time passed, grips tightened around hilts and wands, until finally the ghosts, their anger evidently now tempered by the wisdom of the adventurers, nodded slowly. And so, a pact was formed, a quest to unravel the mysteries of the past and to forge a new destiny for both the living and the dead. The party and the spectral soldiers set forth, bound by a shared purpose that transcended the boundaries of life and death. What they learned, what they may have revisited and rectified in all the years following, that was a tale perhaps for another day. But what I will say is that not one of them, the party of adventurers or the animated soldiers, were ever heard from again in this realm of scant recollection.
tale was brought to you by vengersdecks.com. Please tip or support your host at patreon.com/vengersdecks and subscribe wherever you watch or listen. Until next time, tread with care in the realm.